4 directors here. So we do have a quorum. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do the flag salute, and we'll see if any other folks show up shortly there. Okay. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call of officers. Secretary Donna Morris is here.
Yes.
Director Jim Johnson's here. Director Lisa Sanchez is here, and Chairman Bill Parkman is here. And Director Shanine McArdle is excused. Dennis Schaffner may be a little late, but he is expected. And I believe Brendan will probably be showing up here in just a minute as well. So with that, the agenda has been published a couple of times in the Rosamond News, as well as posted on Rmac's Facebook page. Does any director wish to take and make a motion to adopt the agenda as written?
I'll motion it.
I'll make a motion we adopt it as written.
Okay, all in favor? Raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Okay. Okay. The meeting minutes for both September and October were published about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Has anyone had an opportunity to take a look at them?
I did.
Okay. And did you find them to be substantially in accordance with what we did last month?
I do.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion for adopting the minutes for September and October?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Jim. Any second?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving into community leader reports. We have no one from the sheriff's office tonight or the highway patrol. No one from Tom Lackey's office. Laura Wyatt hasn't checked in yet, so I'm not certain what her status is at this point. We'll go ahead and move down to the next one. Rosamond Community Services District, no one. So Jack, you get the floor. You have the Chamber of Commerce.
All right. Yeah, Laura sent me an email earlier, said she wasn't available for our meeting, so she's probably not available for this one, I'm guessing.
Okay, thank you.
She did leave me some information, though, that I'll relay. She just wanted me to remind the business members that there's free PPE available from the county for business owners. To apply, you go to kerncounty.com, click Kern Recovers. If they have any questions, you can email her at wyattl@kerncounty.com. So I wanted me to mention that, at least in the chamber meeting, so she's not here. Excuse me, I'm sure she wanted mentioned as well here.
Are they are they putting those, is that PPE equipment being distributed through the Chamber of Commerce?
No, it is not. That's county program only.
Okay.
We have nothing to do with it. She just wanted us to mention it for the chamber member businesses. We're aware of it, but that would be a interest for you guys as well. As far as the chamber itself, we completed 2 grants. Of course, one was the windows and doors, and the second one we completed about a week ago was the cement grant for the, we got the sidewalks, we got the foundation done for the green room and storage, and then we ran out of grant money at that point, so we'll be looking for a second grant to finish off the other cement work, which would be directly behind the chamber and behind the canopy area of the stage. We're doing all that in cement. And then on the other side, on the north fence of the chamber, will be kind of a patio rest pad behind the chamber. And we'll be doing a pad for events where we can put porta potties on the pad. And then also a barbecue area back there. We'll be laying the cement pad for that on the next grant. So, we're making a lot of headway there. We had a good turnout for sponsorships for the chamber repairs. So we're going to be doing a remodel on that and taking out all the carpet, putting in new flooring, and redecorating, painting, patching, all that. Let's see. Obviously, no events this year. I don't know if there's going to be when. And if there'll be any events next year, it depends on when the county starts releasing permits to do various types of events and stuff. So as of now, we're not doing the Christmas parade, but I heard that there will not be a Christmas parade because no permit was granted for that parade. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Anybody have any questions?
I'm sorry, what did you say about the Christmas parade?
I had word that there won't be a parade because no permit was granted for the parade itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So which makes sense. I kind of expected that.
So it was denied then? Because last I heard, there was no response.
That's what I was going to say. There was just no response, which is kind of the same
Yeah.
thing as being denied.
They
really.
probably should respond and just tell them no.
Well, that would be nice, but
It would be.
yeah. But
All right.
you know how it goes.
Yep.
And if nobody else has any questions, that's it for my report.
Okay, thank you, John. Southern Kern Unified School District, Carol Robinson sent me an email, but I didn't have an opportunity to respond to it. But apparently they want her to sit in on these meetings, and I'll catch her and get her on board for our next scheduled meeting. Do you have anything, John, from being in on their meetings?
Yes, I was at the meeting last night, and there's a couple of things. Good news and bad news, like usual. The good news is the superintendent decided to send all the sixth graders to Camp Keep. It's going to be virtual this year, though. They usually go on hikes and camp out, but it's going to be virtual. And she signed all of the Southern Kern sixth graders up to go. So it's a happy event, takes place in February. And the bad news is that the chief financial officer resigned, Jonathan Barth. Now, he's the guy that shepherded the district back to solvency, and I don't know why he resigned. I don't know. At the meeting before, there was a discussion about a $35,000 dishwasher, and some of the trustees took great exception to that. They thought, particularly Jim Bender, thought that the dishwasher should be 10 or 12 at the most, and 35 without outrageous, although they haven't explained that any further. But beyond that, the school district can keep their kids in school in the special ed department, even though the county went back to purple ranking out of red. They can keep the special ed kids in school, and they plan in January to be bringing everybody back. But now that the county is in the purple, that might not happen. It was a short meeting, and that's all I have for Kern.
Did they talk about a remote learning for kids that are not in the local area or whose family does not have the financial means to be able to afford internet?
Last night they didn't, but in other meetings they have, and they have worked very hard to find the resources for those families. Hotspots, Wi-Fi hotspots and stuff. And they're not letting it drop. They're trying to bring those kids along as quick as they can because they don't want them to fall behind.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for that report, John. I appreciate that. Any questions for John? Okay, Antelope Valley Citizens for Responsible Use of Water. Randy, you have the floor.
Okay. Well, as everyone could probably already tell, the daily rainfall for this water year, which ended at the end of October, is about 2/3 of normal. We haven't had as much as we'd like to have had. The U.S. and California Drought Monitor is showing our area as abnormally dry. They don't consider it to be a drought yet. The reservoirs are not too bad, actually. About 1/3 of them are about 100% of historical average. The one that most of the water that comes further south is San Luis Reservoir. It's at 45% capacity and 79% of historical average. So that's not too bad. Some of them are as high as, in Northern California, as high as 100%. Even Lake Paris in Southern California and Castaic are 120 and 100% of historical average, respectively. We should be hearing in a couple of weeks, usually it's early December, when the State Water Project announces their allocation. Last year, in early December, with roughly the same conditions, although we had a little bit more in the reservoirs from last year, their initial allocation was 10%. If we were to guess, that's probably what it's going to be, but we'll hear in a couple of weeks. And 10%, 15% is usually actually not too bad. That's to the State Water Project contractors such as AVEC, Little Rock area, Palmdale, and so on. Generally, they've been able to meet their customers' needs with a 10, 15, maybe 20% allocation. So as time goes on, the Department of Water Resources starts out with a low one, and then if we get more rain and stuff like that, that may increase it. And that's all I've got.
Okay. Is there any kind of forecast as to what kind of rainy season we're going to have this year, or is that still kind of off in the distance?
Yeah, I've seen, some a little higher, some a little lower. They're talking about La Nina, which is, as I understand it, is actually lower than normal, but then the Farmer's Almanac, the last I heard, was talking about a little bit higher. So just prediction so far. I haven't seen anything that, is really terribly believable yet.
Okay. All right, thank you, Randy. No one from Edwards Air Force Base. Do we have anyone else that would like to give a report on anything?
I'd like to mention that the Sheriff's Department has a new public information officer, a delightful gal, and you can read all about and see her beautiful picture in the Rosamond News tomorrow morning. It's
excellent. All right, thank you, John. We have no guest speaker today. Community announcements?
Yes, I have a community announcement.
Okay,
December 12th from 8 to noon, we will be doing a bulky item trash Rmac with the waste management. Was just announced today. We just found out today that it will be the 12th
okay,
of December.
12 December. Okay. All right, we'll put that on the Facebook page too
Okay.
to help publicize that.
Where are the
Anything else?
where are the bins going to be located?
The bins are actually located at Waste Management here in Rosamond.
Oh, okay.
It's right here at the yard. You pull into the yard.
Yeah.
And we have direct, like, little signs that'll show you how to get back there. They actually made a board for us that says, like, you know, bulky item trash, like the whole 9 yards. It's a big old board now. They
Oh,
have
that's
painted that they come and set out.
excellent. That's good to
I know.
hear.
What kind of items are,
The only thing that's
allowed?
not accepted is non-toxic items. So no TVs, no paint, no stuff like that. Non-toxic.
That means you can't take your resumes down there, Jack.
No paper shredding this time.
All
be a
right.
good place for all my Amazon boxes.
We'll take your Amazon boxes.
Okay. Anything else, Lisa?
No, that is
Okay.
all.
Anyone else? All righty. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the business meeting. The Disaster Preparedness Committee for Earthquake, Fire, and Civil Unrest. The chairman is Brendan Riley, who has not checked in yet. I know that he, Dennis Shopper, and Donna Morris have met and have had some preliminary discussions. Donna, did you get any thing from CERT to help with that?
No, my stuff is either packed or already gone. Dennis said he had, well, I got this from Brennan, that he had everything taken care of with RCSD, so I know nothing else.
Okay.
I'm assuming that RCSD has what we put together for CERT, but I can't prove that.
All right. Okay, committee for the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council 15th anniversary. I and Director Sanchez are currently running with that at the moment. We're kind of in limbo, just like everyone else is, because it looks like we might all still be in some form of restriction through at least the first quarter next year. So I don't see a public gathering potentially happening. So we may have to have our recognition ceremony for Rmac online, perhaps. Although I think that takes away from the recognition aspect of it and giving it good publicity and hopefully showing the community that we're trying to make things happen on their behalf, as well as showing the Board of Supervisors that we're a trusted partner. As it stands right now, the only thing we're doing at this point is pulling together documentation on the history of Rmac, and that includes all the directors who have served and what years they served on the board, what their title was, or what office they held. We're also looking at some individual awards perhaps something to recognize that first board. But we're sorting that out, and really what is going to determine what we do is going to be how much support we can get from the county financially for this. If
Laura Lynn did say they will financially support this.
okay, well,
I
that's
have
good
it in
to
an
hear.
email.
Okay, that's very good to hear.
Yes.
Is that pre-pandemic or post?
No, that's post-pandemic. That's like last month. Yes, it's recent.
Just checking.
Yep.
Okay, that's why I said it's going to really depend on what happens as far as the what threat level we're in, whether we're in purple or red, or hopefully something a whole lot better than that. But we'll have to just keep track of that and work through the best we can. Okay, Committee on Adjustment of Rmac Boundaries. The only item that's new there is I did get from Laura a map that shows the boundaries of Rosamond, the community of Rosamond, and it appears to be common to both the north, east, and south boundaries, being the same as all the others, but the western boundary is 90th Street West. So I haven't talked to anyone in elections yet to find out if that is in fact the voting block for the community of Rosamond, or whether there's outlying areas in Rosamond that also get the ballot for Rosamond.
Those people, the people that live out on 170th, don't they vote in Rosamond?
The impression I have, if this map is correct that I was given, it looks to me like it would only be to 90th Street West.
I know the people
So they-
in Willow Springs vote in Rosamond, and they're west of 90th.
They vote Rosamond, but they do not live in the district
Okay, I
of
understand that.
Rosamond. So that's the difference, is that they vote for Rosamond, but they're not considered district. So therefore, like it's a little bit like they can't run for public offices and they can't do certain things because it's outside of 90th.
But they're in the school district. Because
They are in the school district, yes.
The school district goes all the way out to 240th Street West.
So that doesn't make sense. They can send their kids to our school and they can not hold an office, but they can vote. That doesn't make sense.
I don't think
I know it doesn't.
They can
I
be
know.
school board members.
Yes,
I
but
don't,
they can't be water district members or RMAC members.
Again, I state that does not make sense.
It didn't make sense to me either when it was explained to me.
well,
And
that's
what
why
district do they
it's
then belong to?
on our list of things to do, guys, because
Then what district do they belong to?
who knows?
I don't know.
What other district is there?
It's not the township though. I mean, it's not considered the, I don't know. It's not the township like area.
Okay, so if they're voting in Rosamond, why would they not be considered part of Rosamond?
I don't know.
Well, there's still District 2.
It is all District 2, yes.
That
So
would
it
be-
runs under Scrivener.
That's from supervisor district too,
Yes,
for the county.
correct.
Well, the reason why it's so, I find it so interesting is because we have such a low voter turnout for here. You know, we're averaging 4,000 to 5,000 people at each election. I don't know what we have on this most recent election with the mail-in ballots, but I'm going to assume that it's probably not that much different. But for a community that's supposed to have 20,000 people in it, if you divide that by the number of people per household, which I think is, for us, is 2.7 people per household, you would expect to see at least 6, 7, maybe even 8,000 people.
At least 6. At least 6.
I think there was about 5,000 in this year's election when you, of course, that was for the, I'm thinking the numbers for the school board.
Yeah, looking at the numbers for the RCSD, it also kind of indicates around 5,000 people total voted.
Do you have any idea what the numbers are outside the township that's still in Rosamond?
I've always heard that when they consider the numbers for Rosamond, they're talking about post office, how many people they serve, and they serve a large area like the school district.
I agree with you, Jim. That was my whole thought when I first started in looking at this. Is I went and looked to see what the map was for zip code 93560, and it's a huge chunk of land. It goes up to some point well north of Bacchus Road and out to about 190th Street West currently. So it's something that I'd like for us to get to where we have some commonality on this for all the different organizations, so we really know what our
Can that
population.
information be obtained by the location there in Tehachapi, where Scrivener's office is?
I think you have to go to the elections office. To the voters.
I kind of agree with Lisa on that. I think the elections office is the one that would have.
Yeah, but you can't get in there. So that's why my question is, can we get it from where Scrivener's at?
You can get in there. That building is open. You can get in there. I've been there.
Okay.
Just tell them where you're going, and you can get in there.
All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and move into old business. Item 11A, there's no update for. That's the office space. The biggest reason is because Hummel Hall is closed, so there's no impetus for getting that turned on as an office space. 11B, Rmac goals and project status. The couple of updates there. I don't have a handout for you today, but a couple of updates are, one, they have started working on the median there at Eagle Way and Rosamond Boulevard. That's the area where we have one of the crosswalks that we've identified as being a signalized crosswalk. And Laura told us at the last meeting that she attended with us was that project has a go to it. So I have a feeling that the contractor that's doing that development there on the corner of Eagle Way and Rosamond Boulevard, I think he's the one that's getting tagged with those street improvements. Okay. And the other is, everyone has seen that construction start there at the old Pengilly place, I take it. And it's going to have 4 different businesses there at that area.
What 4 businesses are going to be there?
It's going to be a grocery outlet store, a Starbucks, a 7-Eleven, and
Riley.
Last one is O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why we need another auto parts?
Competition. Keep the price down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like O'Reilly. They have Audi parts.
Still China Mart.
Hey. They're
course
in
I can't-
stock, though, Jeff.
Of course, I can't plan. I'm rebuilding my Mitsubishi trying to mark because that's the only parts I could get.
Alrighty. Okay, new business, Rosamond Mojave Rehabilitation Project. I'm sure everyone has seen that they've started working out there in the area at Dawn Road and 2 points north of there. I've gone up there a couple of times and just sat off the road right there at Dawn Road, kind of watching the activity and stuff like that. And it looks like it's getting enough adult supervision, so hopefully no one complains to us about what's going on there.
And they say that's going to take 2 years.
About that, yes.
They built that section of freeway in less time than that.
Okay.
No comment.
Now, is it Caltrans doing that? Yeah.
Yes, it is. And that's probably the reason why it takes 2 years.
Ding,
Because
ding, ding.
they contract everything out, so. I'm not picking on them, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not picking on them at all.
Do you have a time frame for the resurfacing of Rosamond Boulevard out to 90th Street?
No, I haven't heard anything about it. I've noticed that they have started doing paving work along Rosamond Boulevard, but I don't know.
Those are for bike lanes.
Okay.
But after the first of the year, it's my understanding that they're going to resurface Rosamond Boulevard all the way to 90th Street.
Well, it needs it. But I
I
had
agree.
not seen anything on it, so.
You know how you know when you get to Rosamond coming from Lancaster is when the painted yellow lines and the road stop, then you get to Rosamond.
Talking about on Sierra Highway?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move to item 12B, the December Rmac meeting. Curious as to how people feel. Do you want to have a meeting in December? If we do, it'll be on December 17th, the week before Christmas. If we decide by majority vote not to have the meeting, then the next meeting would be the 21st of January next year.
Chamber will be dark in December.
So you won't be doing any meetings then, Jack? Any discussion?
When are the
Donna,
new
are you-
I'm
directors
good with
coming?
either.
Huh?
I'm good with either.
Okay.
When are the new directors appointed?
We're going to do that. We're going to do the swearing in ceremony in January.
I can go either way.
Okay. Donna, are you there?
Yeah.
You're so quiet. You look like you turned into a light bulb.
Well, I'm trying not to hold my phone. It's heavy in my hands.
Okay. How do you?
I don't see a reason to have anything in December.
Okay. Well, does someone want to make a motion that we cancel December's meeting?
I make a motion, we cancel December meeting.
Okay. Anyone wish to second that?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, carries. Okay. Anyone have some items for the agenda for next month? I mean, for January?
No, sir. No, sir. I do have a question, though.
Mary, what is it done? I mean, Lisa, I'm sorry.
Has anyone heard about this Rosamond Foundation coming back up? I read about it in the newspaper, but who's on that board? Where's that from?
I'm on the board myself, but I haven't had any information. I heard hint that it was going to start back up, but I haven't heard anything else. Greg sent an email out maybe a month or two ago that they were talking about starting up the Rosamond Foundation meetings, but I haven't heard anything since then.
So you're on the board, Jack?
Yes, I am.
Who's that board consist of? Where did it come from?
We started that when they separated from RCSD, and we used to have regular meetings over at the senior center there, not Hummer Hall, but the senior living.
Living departments.
Yeah. And so we were having meetings there for a long time. We was going to do the cancer walk. That kind of got put in the back track there some, and we had a few more meetings, and then it just kind of stopped having meetings, and I haven't heard anything since, other than a very occasional email, maybe once every 6 months.
Who's on that board, Jack?
I'm not sure who all's currently on it, but Albert Gatton, myself, Greg Wood, three others. I just got a mental block on their name right now.
Okay.
There's about 8 or 9 of us.
Can you let me know? Because I'm kind of excited. I read the article. It sounds exciting. I would like to be part of that, so I just was wondering if anybody knew.
They're kind of directing it towards the old format. They're wanting to reassociate it with RCSD again.
Oh.
And so I don't know.
Okay.
They've done something and haven't expressed that decision to everybody else, or what? I don't know.
John, were you involved in it before?
Yeah. Yeah, I was involved in it before. And let's see, at the last RCSD meeting, Greg Wood proposed that they go back on the vote that the directors took when they split and make it like it used to be, where the directors from the RCSD could be on the foundation. Problem that came up last time was conflict of interest, and that's what split it apart.
Well, then why don't we invite Greg Wood to come and speak on its behalf of what the heck it is?
Good idea.
I have
You
him
want to send that
occasionally.
email?
Well, its mission was supposed to be for
I was under the impression for Parks and Recreation.
Yes, it was supposed to be support for Parks and Recreation for funds that could not be supplied through RCSD, is what it was originally, its mission is.
Okay, well, since all of that stuff has changed,
And the county owns the parks.
And there should be about 6,000-7,000, I'm guessing, still in account for foundation. Now, I haven't heard any financials on that in probably a year and a half, 2 years now. It's been that long, and so money should still be there, because I haven't heard any voting or any information as to that money going anywhere or being used for anything. The last time we were going to use that money for anything was going to be the cancer walk, which we used to support every year at the high school.
well, Jim or Bill, I'd make a suggestion that we get a hold of whoever's supposed to be in charge of this group and have them be on this Zoom meeting, and they can tell us what it is. They can tell us what money's there and what it is that they do, and there won't be any more guessing or trying to remember and how many years ago, and it might be there, but it might not be.
Well, that would be Greg Wood specifically. He's the president
I'm
of
going
that.
to invite Greg Wood to come to the January meeting.
Okay.
Good idea.
Thank you. I heard Parks and Recreation, that's my baby, and I was like, oh no, what's going on here? I just want to know. I want to be part of it, but I didn't know it was RCSD.
Is it also used to support sports programs here like Little League or minor league?
Yes, yes. In fact, we did approve I think we paid for the camera system for the Little League baseball diamond there when they needed help for getting a camera, and we voted and agreed and paid for that. We went over and actually I went helping that system, and but that's the last transaction I recall that we ever voted on in helping physical ed or parts program.
Okay. I just wanted to know, and I thought maybe someone here would know because I heard Parks and Recreations, and I was like, oh, that's us. So, okay.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, Lisa, and that's why I was kind of interested in that because I thought it went away entirely.
No, not officially.
I did too.
No, we never had a vote with the board to do any changes to the foundation whatsoever. So
Okay.
myself, Albert, Rick Webb, and a few others is still legally on the board because there's been no decision or anything as to any changes to the board or no notifications. Let's put.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other items for the January agenda? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and move to director's comments. Do any of the directors have a comment about anything? Hearing none, I'm going to move toward adjournment then. I need a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay. Anyone second that?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Okay,
I think that was all.
Adjourned at 7:45.
And then